Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us in today's Warrior Chat. We have a very important topic as today we share information with you related to the National School Lunch Program. You know, it's an exciting time of year. Our students are coming back to school and we're all getting ready for their arrival to school. And gosh, what could be more important than making sure every child has a good breakfast and a good lunch for them so they can be successful in school. I have two very important people with me today to share information with you. I got to tell you, this is not, I want to tell you what it's not and then I'll tell you what we hope to do here today. Here's what it's not. This is not going to be a hardcore regulations related to the National School Lunch Program. We could spend hours doing that, about how many grams of fat are allowed per serving and all those kind of things. But here's what we want to do today is we're hoping to share with you what components, what parts of the meal your child needs to have on their tray in order to qualify for our school lunch price and so forth. And the only reason I mention that is because I'm sure you've heard about changes to the National School Lunch Program. There has been significant changes and we just want to provide that information for you and what I'm going to call kind of a Sesame Street version of that. Again, not to get into the hardcore technical terms that are related to it. Mr. Bruce Thenns, who's our general manager of our food service company, is with us, as well as Mrs. Susan Green, who's our business manager. And I first of all want to thank both of you. What a great job you've done in a very short period of time, really trying to funnel and condense a lot of regulations into what does make sense for the school lunch program for us. So thank you to both of you. I appreciate that very much. You know, one more thing, quickly, but I think it's very important. Mr. Thenns is a valuable member of our school team. Mr. Thenns comes to us, gosh, how many years? 5, 6, 7?
7 years.
7 years.
Yep.
He's been the general manager of the food service company, and he comes with such a strong background in food service, including healthcare industry, including educational settings, including higher education, and obviously working with children in an educational setting is so very important. But absolutely, there is nobody, take that aside, great credentials, but there is nobody who cares more than Mr. Thenns does to make sure every child in our district has a healthy breakfast and a healthy lunch. And to that, Mr. Thenns, we're very grateful. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit, your goals, our food service department goals, what are you trying to achieve every day in our food service operation?
Well, right now, Wayne, it's critical. I mean, these last 2 weeks before school opens, we're getting organized with the kitchens and having our staff come back and employees. Training is a big thing now with this new Healthy Hunger Act of 2010, the implementation of the new regulations and seeing that the kids eat and adopt good habits, good eating healthy habits, and they're served a well-balanced and nutritious meal. That's our goal, and we think teaching and educating is the way to go.
I know you've always been very proud of the training all of our cafeteria employees go through to make sure that the handling of the food is done appropriately but also safely for all of our children.
Right. We try to follow all the health rules of health laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and also HACCP, the Hazardous Analysis Critical Control Points. Where we monitor temperature monitoring while we're not only preparing the food and cooking the food, but also serving the food until its final point of storage. So that's very important. That's ongoing. That's continuously changing, and we're trying to upgrade it all the time. So.
Another thing I hear you talk a lot about, though, is to make sure every child that comes through that lunch line is greeted with a smile and so forth. Customer service has always been extremely important to you.
Number one, it is. It's most, because, courtesy is contagious. It really is. And if you treat the customer with respect, and in this case our students, one of the things we do is called Lunch with a Chef. We have in each school. Every month I travel to each school and we purchase the students' lunch, and then we give them a survey to fill out. And one of the things I'm very proud of is customer service. We ask about the staff. Are they polite? Are they courteous? And I have never received, I hate to, I mean, not to say this, but I've never received a no or a negative comment on that. So that makes me very proud. And that training is seeping through the entire staff, so that's great.
We do have some students with disabilities. And for example, someone who may be allergic to milk product, or somebody who may be allergic to peanut butter product or anything like that. We want to make sure every child who has food disabilities is taken care of. What should I do if my child has a food disability?
Well, we try to coordinate with the health nurse too. I mean, we have kids that have disabilities. They're on record, and they're posted in each one of the offices of the food service supervisors to tell us what disability they may have. And we have direct contact with the health nurse, and we know who the student is in case anything happens. And of course, they can call my office always at 4245.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Thenz. Again, I tell you what, I wouldn't trade Bruce Thenz for anybody. And if I was putting together a lineup of people I wanted to make sure serve my child a school lunch, Bruce was top on that list. So thank you so much for all you do. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you very much.
All right, now we're going to move into our Sesame Street theme, where Mrs. Green, our business manager, who in her own right is outstanding in so many ways, and bear with me for 30 seconds because you don't think a typical business manager would be here with trays and be able to show us all these components of the school lunch, but I think this, Susan, that's what makes you unique, is you step out of the normal accounting, well, this term counting, the bean counting function, you step out of that normal role and play so many roles for us. So thank you so much. Again, outstanding in everything you do. We appreciate it so very, very much. We are fortunate to have Susan Green as a member of our team here at Southern York County School District. Okay, they changed Cookie Monster. It's no longer called Cookie Monster anymore. Do you know what it is? It's like a Veggie Monster or something. I don't know what it is.
Something along that.
Yeah. So that's
Veggie and Fruit Monster.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be Veggie Monster. I'm not going to put that on anybody. I'm coming into the school lunch. Can you show me again? I'm coming through the line. What do I need to get for school lunch? Break it down. Show it to us.
Okay. We're excited about the changes this year. Basically, there's the same amount or more food on your tray. It's just going to look different than it's looked in the past, kind of like Cookie Monster to Veggie Monster.
Got it.
So there is an emphasis being placed on fruits and vegetables, taking additional fruits and vegetables, and a reduction in meat alternates, so the size of your hamburger or how much lunch meat's on your sandwich, and the size of your rolls, those types of things. So it's just going to look a little different. We have our tray here to kind of show you what it looks like. In the past, your school lunch, your school lunch had to have a bread, which was your roll, your hamburger.
I'm going to make sure everyone can see this.
Okay.
Is that going to work?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
The meat, which is on the burger, you were entitled to take a fruit, you were entitled to take a vegetable, and you were always entitled to take a milk, flavored milk or regular milk. We have chocolate milk on our tray today. So you were entitled to take all of those items, K through 12, so kindergarten through 12th grade. But you only had to take 3 components. And so the roll counted as a component, the hamburger counted as a component, and the milk counted as a component. So you could take all of your fruits and vegetables off the tray and go through the line, and that would count as a healthy lunch, and that was fine. But the regulations have now changed, and one of the changes are that you now have to have a fruit or vegetable on your tray. So if you don't put the fruit back.
Yep.
So in order to count, now you still only need 3 components, but one of them has to be a fruit or vegetable. So that's a very healthy change, that a child has to take a fruit or vegetable when they go through the line.
So now that
counts as
this did count. Now this counts.
Right.
Got it.
And they could take the milk off. But what Mr. Thenz's staff do as the child's going through, we always make sure that they understand what they're allowed to take. So we would say to the child, you sure you don't want a milk, honey? Or you sure you don't want something else on your tray? You're also allowed to take a vegetable. So we would also encourage them to take a vegetable. So they're at the elementary level, they're allowed to take a a vegetable, a milk, and then a roll and meat. So usually a lot of times that comes in the form of a sandwich, but not always.
Okay, now
so
if I took this, is that okay?
That's okay.
That's okay.
And I can take up to this?
Yep, you
Good.
can take all of those items. And what we want to encourage children, and one of the reasons we wanted to do this program is to say, we want you to take everything you're entitled to, because that makes it the most healthy lunch that you can obtain. And your hamburgers, we said your hamburger and your roll may look a little smaller than in the past, but we're encouraging you to take all of your fruits and vegetables, so it's a completely healthy meal.
The concept is there's not less food. In fact, there probably could be a little bit more food. The concept is the food is more healthy.
Right.
Got it.
Right. Another thing at the elementary level, generally our servings are half a cup. Students are allowed to take up to 3/4 of a cup, so they are allowed to take 2 vegetables at the elementary level. So this is a full tray. If they want to take everything, 2 vegetables, a fruit, a milk, and the entree with the bread. So they could take all of these items this year. So look how full the tray is. The tray is very full. At the secondary level, not the secondary, at the high school level, the students are older, bigger bodies, need more calories, more proteins, more items. So they may also take a fruit, another fruit. So they may take at the high school level 2 fruits, 2 vegetables, a milk, and the entree with the bread and the meat combined.
Quick question. Say the entree is not a hamburger or something with a bun. I'm not so sure what it would be, but the main entree, what would be meat without a bun, Bruce?
A meat without a bun, chicken parmesan.
Okay, so could I still get a bun with that? With this too?
Yep.
Okay.
Or you can get a dinner roll too.
Got it.
Usually
Got
be
it.
a dinner roll.
Got it. Okay, good.
And
That's quite a
sometimes-
lunch.
Yep, it is. It's a lot of food if they take everything and eat everything. Especially at the high school level, you get 2 fruits, 2 vegetables, your milk, and your entree.
Okay.
And again, the other thing to make sure parents know, the sizes are different, elementary and secondary, because the children are different, the sizes of the children. So what they need are different. And we just want to make sure that we emphasize that if they take everything they're allowed to take, it is a lot of food and should fill the child up, and it is supposed to be very healthy. Folks in Washington and throughout the United States came up with what is deemed to be a healthy meal, and they're the experts, and we feel that if they take everything here, children will be more healthy.
Okay, now this is a change.
Options.
So how do we help children, other than this brief video that we'll post, how do we help children know when they come to the lunch line what they're allowed to have and not allowed to have?
What we've done is we are putting the fruits on a red tray. And again, most children know what fruits are, but as you're quickly going through the lunch line and you're thinking about other things, we're trying to do everything we can to make sure they understand it. So we will put up signage and put the fruits on a red tray and the vegetables on green trays so that students know. At the different levels, we will put how many you're allowed to take. So for instance, at the elementary level, you're allowed to take 1 fruit. That's what's in the guidelines. And so we will put up a sign that says 1 fruit or 1 juice, because juice also counts as fruit. So they should be able to know that they're on the red trays and that they're allowed to take 1. And in the case of vegetables, they're allowed to take 2. They're on the green trays, so they can take up to 2.
Bruce, isn't really the concept again, that lunch should be healthy, should be wholesome. That's the concept.
Absolutely.
Not just full of breads and protein, but also really fruits and vegetables.
That's correct, Wayne. I'm trying to get the right balance. And the vegetables and fruits are the most healthiest component on that tray. So that's why USDA, and we're pushing that for the kids to have a healthy meal at lunchtime.
One thing I've always been impressed with what you've done when I walk through the lunch lines at the elementary, middle school, and the high school is it's not just canned fruits. You always have a large selection of fresh fruits and fresh vegetables for children, which I think, again, that good mixture is important too.
Right.
Children have the option. I know you have broccoli cut up and cauliflower and carrots and a whole variety of celeries.
Fresh carrots, that's right. Cucumbers.
Yeah.
And we have an assortment of, we carry about 4 fresh fruits a day, and vegetables will be about 5 different fresh vegetables a day.
Yeah, and the reason I mention that is because it's not like you only have a choice for peas.
Right.
There may be the peas there which come from the can or come from the frozen food, but there's also there's many fresh options there also for their children, and I think that's important because children's tastes are differently. What did we forget to tell them, Susan?
Well, one of the one of the other things that the new regulations, not getting into all the regulations, but we're required, and we always have, but we're required to serve different colored vegetables. So we have to make sure we're serving orange and red vegetables. We have to make sure we're serving leafy green vegetables. So one of the things parents can do is ask their children when they get home, what did you have today for vegetables? Try a different color vegetables, because the different colors have different nutrients in them. So that's something I would encourage parents to do as they come home, because one of the things you can get your kids to talk about when they come home usually is lunch. So it's a good, open topic for the first couple weeks of school. But ask them what colors and try different color things, because they have different nutrients.
Right.
We want every child to have a nutritional breakfast to start their day. If they're not able to have it at home, we offer it here in every school. We want every child to have a wholesome hot lunch available for them every day so they can succeed in school all day. Susan, if a family is not able to afford the cost of breakfast or lunch, what should they do? We do participation in the National School Lunch Program, which offers free and reduced meals for families that qualify. So if they call into the administration building, 235-4811, and ask for Deborah Baker Kohler, or business office is fine, that's a lot easier. They can get an application sent to them. Any of the offices in the district have applications. It is confidential program, so we can send that application. We also have the application online that they could pull it down. Any questions or help needing to fill it out, we have folks that can help with that. So we just don't want any child not to eat, or any family to suffer if they can qualify for that. So we'll do anything we can to help them with that program. Good. I want everyone in the community to know these are two wonderful people, and I tell you what, if I had to handpick somebody to operate our school breakfast and lunch program, it'd be Bruce Thenz. So Bruce, again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Wayne.
Your expertise that you bring, your maturity that you bring to it is tremendous. The leadership is outstanding, and we appreciate that very much, because this is important for all of our children here in the Southern York County School District. So we value it. And Susan, thank you again for all you do, and for, in Cookie Monster style, breaking this down for us. We appreciate that very much. Anything we missed, guys?
No, I just want to say, reemphasize breakfast too. That's a very important, that sets a tone for the day for the kids. Yeah. And the study has been found that kids will perform better scholastically, academically, and they have a better personality, better disposition. They're open-minded more, and breakfast sets the tone for the day. So we encourage the kids to take breakfast. We really do.
Yeah, again, breakfast is available at every building. So if a child has to come to school and not able to have breakfast at home for whatever reason, it's available here in every building. And we're very, very proud of our program. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Again, our job is to provide great service to our children. So if you ever have any questions, either call Mr. Thenz and call the district phone number 235-4811 and ask for food service, or ask for the business office, and we'll make sure you get to the right place. We want you to have a great experience. We want you to have good, healthy meals. We want if you have any disabilities with the children related to food, we will make sure all their needs are met also. It's very, very important to us, and very, very important to their academic success. So thank you so much for taking time to join us. We appreciate it. For Mark Rill, our Warrior TV station manager, also serves as our coordinator of marketing and public information. For Mr. Bruce Thenz, our general manager of food service. For our business manager, Susan Green, I'm Wayne McCullough saying I'll see you next time.